What is going on, everybody? We are here for week 7 of the Falken Tyre Series Challenge Track Guides. We are at Fiji International Speedway in the Mercedes-AMG GT4. This is a no chicane layout. We're in late afternoon. We're running the fixed setup that's provided by iRacing. So what we're going to do is take you for a lap, and then we'll preview a fast lap for you so you guys can see how it looks at full speed. Hope these have been helping you guys. I've actually really enjoyed making them, so looking forward to next season when we're going to do a couple of different cars as well. If there's any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. And thanks again for all the support, likes, subscribes, everything that you guys do for us. It really helps, and it means a lot. So without further ado, we will kick into this, and we will head down into turn 1, and we'll show you where we're stopping. So Fiji is pretty unique with such a long front straight, and then the back half of the track is just twists and turns pretty much the whole way. So you get a nice break coming down into turn 1, take a breath. We're braking at the 150, 140 meter mark, so roughly about here. So about 100 meters, 50 to 40 meters before the curb starts. Get as close to the left-hand side as possible. Go down all the gears back to second gear. As you're coming down, big amount of brake pressure, start bleeding that brake pedal off. You turn in quite early here because the track sort of drops downhill and then cambers in and then sort of starts to camber slightly away as you exit the corner. So you can actually carry quite a bit of speed through here, but obviously because you're going so fast down that front straight, you have to bleed off a lot of time. And then I find the best way for it is I sort of get the car to pivot in, and then I try and pick the throttle up early because you've actually got that extra bit of grip there. So I turn in probably at this point here because you want to turn early, use a little bit of the curb. You sort of aim for the bollard and get as close to the bollard as you can without actually hitting it. So as you turn in, you want to get the car sort of over the curb. I sort of hit it, not an early apex, sort of half to 3/4 of the way through the corner, because then I can start to straighten the car quicker and get the drive out of the corner. So then carry the speed out, let the car run nice and wide right to the outside curb, up to third, up to fourth. This one's a bit unique, so I'm braking around. I would say it's this yellow little sort of light on the fence. It's not 50 meters. It's sort of like that 65, 70 meter mark, roughly. And it's a stab on the brakes, down a gear to third gear, and then I'm trying to hustle the car through the corner. So you'll see on the fast lap how much the car gets sort of thrown in, and then you just sort of chase it the whole way through the corner, get nice and close to the curb, use all of it, and then carry the speed across out to the outside curb. Now down here, I like to stay close to the white line and sort of follow the corner around, so I'm sort of feathering the throttle, being as fast as I can, but staying close here. You'll see as I come through the corner, not so much this part, but this part here, I run a little bit wider sort of to mid-track. So I'm about here, and then I start heading back in this direction. Fourth gear, back to second, around the 50 meter board. Get the car to pitch in. Grab as much curb as you can without hitting that yellow sausage curb. Let the car run nice and wide. Chase it the whole way out to the curb. Up through the gears again. This next bit's really cool. I love going down the hill. So you come down the hill, flat out. Right, so heading towards the Dunlop Bridge. I'm braking at the escape road on the right-hand side just here. Sort of between the start of the escape road and the 100 meter board, there's a little bit of variance there. Back to third gear, so your fifth gear, back to third. Now this corner looks real simple on paper, but there's a huge bump mid-turn, so it's sort of if you hit the car at the wrong angle, especially in these GT4 cars, because they're very oversprung, so they move around quite a lot. They kind of remind me of the supercar the way they drive in the rear, because they're very like bouncy, and there is a little bit of throttle control going on there. So when you turn in, you want to get as close to the apex as possible, but then get the car as straight as possible, as fast as possible. Otherwise, you're going to hit that bump there, and it's going to send you out over the back of the curb. So carry all the speed, let the car run right out to the curb, up to third gear. Stay to the left as much as possible. Brake, back to second gear here. Sort of late apex it, so you want to hit it at the bollard or just after the bollard. Try and get to the inside as much as possible so you're not running over these curbs over this side as much. Get close to the curb, sort of 3/4 of the way through. Then let the car drift out to the outside. Back to second gear. You want to turn in nice and early here because you want to get to this curb. If you miss it, it's going to put you offline and it's going to make the whole last 2 corners really hard to sort of comprehend. So you don't even have to run to the outside of the track here. The more speed you carry, the closer you'll get. And then sort of, I use this white line. I sort of apex in from this white line, but I only run to half track here. Now, other cars are different, but this car in particular, I find if I can keep the car a little bit tighter coming up the hill, I'm able to get to the apex quicker, and then I'm able to square the car up and get to full throttle to carry more speed down the front straight. So, halfway in the track, get the car to rotate back in, use all that curb right there, and then you can start aiming for the Bridgestone sign over the hill, and then let the car square up as quick as possible and pick up all that speed heading down the front straight. So, and that's a lap of Fiji, guys. So what we'll do is we'll do a warm-up lap for the tyres, and we'll take you on a fast lap.